We live in a complex world, a world often rife with temptations and ethical crossroads. It's easy to get swept away by the current, to compromise our values for perceived gains. This is where vigilance emerges as our moral compass, guiding us to make ethical choices, even when no one is watching. Vigilance is about being alert, aware, and proactive in safeguarding ethical conduct. Think of vigilance as a muscle, the muscle of ethical awareness. Like any muscle, it needs exercise to grow stronger. Every time we choose honesty over deceit, every time we speak up against wrongdoing, we strengthen our vigilance muscle. And a strong vigilance muscle is essential for building a culture of integrity. But vigilance isn't just about avoiding wrongdoing, it's also about actively promoting ethical behavior. It's about creating an environment where people feel safe to speak up, where integrity is celebrated, and where ethical conduct is the norm. Vigilance is the bedrock upon which trust is built, and trust is the foundation of any strong and prosperous society. By embracing vigilance, we empower ourselves and those around us to navigate the complexities of life with integrity. Integrity. It's a word we hear often, but its significance runs deep. Integrity is more than just honesty. It's about aligning our actions with our values, even when it's difficult. It's about doing the right thing, even when no one is looking. Imagine a nation where integrity is not just an aspiration, but a lived reality. A nation where citizens trust their leaders, where businesses operate ethically, and where fairness and justice prevail. This is the promise of a culture of integrity. A culture of integrity fosters a sense of shared purpose and collective responsibility. When people believe in the integrity of their institutions and each other, they are more likely to cooperate, to innovate, and to contribute to the common good. Trust becomes the social glue that binds communities together. This trust translates into tangible benefits. Businesses thrive in an environment where contracts are honored and fair competition is valued. Citizens are more likely to engage in civic life when they believe their voices will be heard and their contributions valued. Integrity at its core is about creating a virtuous cycle of trust, cooperation, and shared prosperity. Building a culture of integrity doesn't happen overnight. It requires a conscious and sustained effort from individuals and organizations alike. Like tending to a garden, it requires nurturing the right conditions for integrity to flourish. Leadership plays a pivotal role. Leaders set the tone for ethical conduct. When leaders are transparent, accountable, and demonstrate a commitment to ethical decision-making, it cascades throughout the organization. Open and honest communication is vital. Creating channels for reporting concerns without fear of retaliation encourages transparency and allows for early detection and address of ethical lapses. Accountability mechanisms are crucial. Implementing clear consequences for unethical behavior, regardless of position or status, reinforces the message that integrity is non-negotiable. Regular audits and reviews help ensure that systems and processes are aligned with ethical principles. Training and education are essential tools. Equipping individuals with the knowledge and skills to navigate ethical dilemmas empowers them to make responsible choices. The benefits of a culture of integrity extend far beyond a clear conscience. They translate into tangible advantages that contribute to national prosperity. One of the most significant benefits is enhanced reputation. A nation known for its integrity attracts foreign investment, fosters international collaboration, and commands respect on the global stage. Integrity also leads to improved performance. When individuals operate with integrity, they are more likely to be productive, engaged, and committed to their work. They are less likely to cut corners or engage in unethical practices that could harm the organization. A culture of integrity also mitigates risk. By promoting ethical decision-making, organizations can avoid costly legal battles, reputational damage, and loss of public trust. Furthermore, integrity fosters public trust. When citizens trust their government, their institutions, and each other, they are more likely to participate in the democratic process, contribute to the economy, and support initiatives that benefit society as a whole. Section 5, Our Shared Responsibility, Individuals as Agents of Integrity. Building a culture of integrity is not solely the responsibility of governments or organizations. It starts with each of us taking ownership of our actions and committing to ethical conduct in our daily lives. We are all called to be vigilant guardians of integrity. This means speaking up when we witness wrongdoing, even when it's uncomfortable. It means holding ourselves and others accountable for ethical lapses. It's about making ethical choices in our personal and professional lives, even when it's difficult. Every decision we make, every action we take either contributes to or detracts from a culture of integrity. We must remember that integrity is not a destination but a journey, a continuous process of self-reflection, ethical decision-making, and a commitment to doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. Section 6. Leading by example. Organizations as guardians of ethical conduct. Organizations, from small businesses to large corporations, play a crucial role in shaping a culture of integrity. They have a responsibility to create an environment where ethical conduct is not just expected but celebrated. This starts with establishing a clear code of ethics that outlines the organization's values and expectations for ethical behavior. This code should be more than just a document. It should be embedded in the organization's culture and reflected in its daily operations. Organizations should also provide regular ethics training to their employees. This training should be engaging and relevant, providing employees with the tools and knowledge they need to navigate ethical dilemmas. It's also important to create channels for employees to report ethical concerns without fear of retaliation. This could include anonymous hotlines, online reporting systems, or designated ethics officers. Finally, organizations need to hold themselves accountable for their actions. This means conducting regular audits to ensure compliance with ethical standards and being transparent about any ethical lapses that occur. Section 7. A tapestry of trust weaving integrity into the fabric of society. Imagine a society where integrity is not just a virtue but a shared value, woven into the very fabric of our interactions. A society where trust is the default, where transparency is the norm, and where ethical conduct is the expectation, not the exception. Building such a society requires a collective effort, a shared commitment to upholding the highest ethical standards in all aspects of our lives. It requires us to view integrity not as a burden, but as an opportunity, a chance to create a more just, equitable and prosperous world. We must teach our children about the importance of integrity, modeling ethical behavior in our own lives. We must challenge unethical behavior when we see it, refusing to be bystanders to corruption or injustice. Let's work together to create a world where integrity is not just an aspiration, but a lived reality. Section 8. The ripple effect. From personal integrity to national transformation. The journey towards a culture of integrity begins with a single step, our own. It starts with the choices we make each day, the words we speak, the actions we take. It's about being honest in our dealings, treating others with respect, and standing up for what we believe is right, even when it's difficult. Each act of integrity, no matter how small, creates a ripple effect. It inspires those around us to do the same, to expect more from themselves and from others. These individual acts of integrity, multiplied across a nation, have the power to transform a culture. When we embrace integrity as a way of life, we create a virtuous cycle. Trust flourishes, cooperation deepens, and innovation thrives. The benefits extend beyond our personal lives, impacting our communities, our institutions, and ultimately our nation as a whole. Remember, integrity is not a spectator sport. It requires active participation, a willingness to stand up and be counted, to be a force for good in the world. Section 9. Combating complacency, vigilance as an ongoing endeavor. Building a culture of integrity is not a destination but an ongoing journey, a continuous process of vigilance, education and renewal. It's about remaining ever vigilant against complacency, that insidious foe that can lull us into a false sense of security. We must resist the temptation to think that integrity is someone else's problem, that our individual actions don't matter in the grand scheme of things. Every act of integrity, no matter how small, matters. Every time we choose honesty over deceit, every time we speak up against wrongdoing, we reinforce the foundation of a just and equitable society. Vigilance requires us to stay informed, to educate ourselves about the ethical challenges facing our communities and our world. It requires us to engage in open and honest dialogue about these challenges, to listen to diverse perspectives, and to be willing to challenge our own assumptions. Let's remain committed to the pursuit of integrity, not just for ourselves, but for the generations that will follow. Section 10, Towards a Brighter Future. Integrity as a catalyst for progress. In a world often characterized by uncertainty and complexity, integrity serves as a beacon of hope, a guiding principle that can lead us towards a brighter future. When we embrace integrity as a core value, we unlock a world of possibilities. Integrity fosters innovation. When people trust each other, they're more likely to share ideas, collaborate, and take risks, knowing that their contributions will be valued and respected. This spirit of collaboration fuels creativity and drives progress. Integrity promotes sustainability. When businesses operate ethically and transparently, they are more likely to make decisions that are not only profitable, but also socially and environmentally responsible. They recognize that true prosperity encompasses not just financial gain, but also the well-being of people and the planet. Integrity strengthens democracy. When citizens trust their government and their institutions, they are more likely to participate in the democratic process, hold their leaders accountable, and work together to address societal challenges. Section 11, a call to action, embracing integrity for a prosperous tomorrow. The journey towards a culture of integrity begins with each of us. It starts with a conscious decision to live our lives with integrity, to make ethical choices, and to be a force for good in the world. Let us be the generation that chooses integrity over expediency, honesty over deceit, and courage over complacency. Let us be the ones who leave behind a legacy of trust, transparency, and accountability. The challenges we face are complex and multifaceted, but they are not insurmountable. Together we can build a world where integrity is not just an aspiration, but a lived reality. A world where prosperity is shared, and where all people have the opportunity to thrive. Let us embrace the power of integrity and create a brighter future for ourselves and for generations to come. The time for action is now.